Patch, the immortal ghost on the Hill of Fire. In 1970, central Vietnam was engulfed in flames of war. Beneath the deep emerald canopy of the Truong Son Mountains, where sparkling streams wound through tall grass and cicadas' cries could not drown out distant battles, the U.S. Marines manning an isolated outpost began whispering of an unseen horror, a ghost in black drifting through ancient trees. They called her Apache, a female sniper of mixed American Vietnamese blood who struck terror to the bone of the foreign soldiers. Apache was unlike any sniper they had ever confronted. She was infamous not only for her bone-chilling precision, but also for her strange cruelty. Instead of aiming for mortal targets, she chose her victims' arms, firing shots that ripped into biceps or wrists, sending them into agonizing screams, dropping their weapons and becoming utterly powerless. The wounded did not die, but they lost the ability to fight, becoming burdens to their comrades and grotesque warnings to those who remained. Her mystery only deepened the fear. U.S. forces launched repeated, large-scale sweeps, unleashing tons of bombs and artillery on suspected hideouts. Yet Apache vanished like a phantom, leaving no trace and rendering every effort futile. The true story of Apache began with a bloody battle not long before, a fateful day that altered her life forever. Her real name was Ha, a gentle girl from central Vietnam with deep black eyes and a resilient spirit. She and her lover Nam were from the same unit and grew up together in a poor countryside where rice fields stretched far and hills bloomed with purple sim flowers. Their love blossomed from school days, pure and simple like roadside wildflowers. When their country called, both Ha and Nam volunteered, leaving behind personal dreams to defend their homeland. Under a bright moon by the riverbank, they made a sacred vow. When the war ends, Nam whispered in the soft night breeze, we will return and have a simple, warm wedding. We'll build a happy home where children's laughter echoes through every room. They dreamed of a child, a little girl with Ha's deep black eyes and Nam's gentle smile, a beacon that lit their darkest days of warfare. But war was merciless, destroying their tender hopes. In the decisive battle, Ha and Nam's unit faced a large U.S. force. Explosions ripped the peaceful forest apart. Nam fought bravely until his final breath, but then a hail of enemy bullets pierced his chest, stealing his life. Ha watched every moment from behind a large boulder. Her heart knotted, despair choking her throat. Gunfire, explosions, and comrades' shouts surrounded her, but Ha felt nothing. The man who held her heart lay lifeless on their blood-soaked soil. After the battle, Ha was like a lost soul. She slipped away with her unit, but inside her a fire of hatred blazed, consuming every other feeling. Despite orders to rest, she could not sleep. Every moment, every memory of Nam tormented her. His radiant smile, his warm embrace, the passionate kiss beneath moonlight. Those memories, once bright, now pierced her heart with pain, but they were the only reason she could live, continue fighting. That night, Ha did something unthinkable, driven by grief and resolve. Against her captain's orders, she quietly followed a trail up a high hill overlooking the American encampment, glowing beneath the moon. The hill was empty, cold wind biting, but in Ha's heart, hatred burned hotter. She clutched her rifle, sight fixed through the scope, unwavering. With each breath, she vowed revenge for her lost love, for shattered dreams, for stolen happiness. On that hilltop, under howling wind and misty cold, Ha often recalled memories of Nam, clear as if they had just happened, their shy first meeting beneath flamboyant blossoms. Long riverside walks where he sang her folk songs filled with love, that warm embrace during stormy nights, the moonlit kiss in a world that felt theirs alone. These memories were her solace and her agony, endeavoring her to live and fight. From her vantage, Ha methodically picked off U.S. soldiers in the camp. Moonlight revealed enemy movements. Snowing with practiced precision, her shots echoed in the stillness. A body collapsed in the compound. Soldiers screamed and cursed in terror. They never saw her. Bullets shredded the night, but they hit the wrong targets. Ha vanished after each shot, like a ghost in the stony hilltop and scrub. She became known as Apache, a name entwined with horror, unpredictability, and psychological warfare. Fear swept through the U.S. camp. They could not understand why they were targeted by an invisible assassin. Even the most battle-seasoned officers felt helpless against such an adversary. Apache did not kill, but she wounded, stoking profound terror and chaos. Wounded soldiers mounted daily, morale plummeted. They began calling her Apache, a name that carried dread, unpredictability, and incredible menace. U.S. forces deployed extensive countermeasures, heightened patrols, heavy guard duty, specially trained sniffer dogs, yet nothing succeeded. Ha was too clever, too mobile, too concealed. She moved nightly, never in the same place twice, making her location impossible to predict. Apache became an unsolvable puzzle, even for the most strategic minds of the U.S. Army. In those cold hilltop nights as wind rattled skeletal branches, Ha often wondered, did Nam watch over her from beyond? Would he approve of what she did? She knew her actions might seem wrong, even irrational, going against the conventions of war. But to her, it wasn't simply war, it was vengeance for lost love, shattered dreams, and a stolen future. The struggle stretched on. Fear enveloped both sides. U.S. soldiers lived in dread, afraid they'd become Apache's next target. Ha alone atop her hill carried an unending grief. She did not kill for thrill, she shot for a promise undone, a love turned into vengeance, a vow engraved in bone. U.S. forces bombarded Hill 55 relentlessly. Artillery fired, bombs dropped, turning it into a barren wasteland. But in the aftermath, gunfire echoed from the hill as more soldiers were wounded. The terror peaked. Finally, after weeks of fruitless pursuit, U.S. command decided on one final measure: total annihilation. They encircled Hill 55, preparing a massive daytime assault. This time, not just artillery, but airstrikes, napalm, and 20 millimeter cannon fire blasted the hill. Ha knew the end had come, but she was ready, unafraid. At dawn, U.S. gunships swooped overhead, unloading rounds like rain. Artillery pounded the forest, turning green canopies into black smoke and flame. Hill 55 became an inferno. Nothing alive seemed survivable. All Marines took cover in bunkers, waiting for the storm to pass. When the planes departed and explosions ceased, a terrifying silence fell. The hill burned, smoke billowed, and life seemed extinguished. Then, out of the stillness, a solitary shot cracked the sky. Another U.S. soldier fell, clutching his wounded arm in agony. Instantly, elite Marines rose from bunkers, not in panic, but in stunned attention. No more fear, no more hatred, only astonished applause. They realized that this girl, Apache, was more than an enemy. She was a formidable challenge, a symbol of unwavering will and extraordinary strength. Her story stood as a bold testament to the power and determination of the Vietnamese spirit, unyielding even before overwhelming firepower. When the battle finally ended, Hill 55 lay in ruin, shrouded in smoke and ash. Ha remained there, her body never recovered, carrying memories of a love brilliant and a pain that never fades. Apache, the ghost of Truong Son, vanished, but her legend endured in the recollections of U.S. Marines, mingled with fear, respect, and bittersweet regret. Ha's story serves as a powerful reminder of war's cruelty and futility. It shows that war steals more than lives. It destroys love, dreams, and leaves lasting scars on souls. Ha fought for love, for vengeance, but she became a tragic victim of a senseless conflict. Let her tale be a call for peace, empathy, and compassion among humans. May stories like hers never repeat, and may no more Apaches live wearing the shadows of hatred and grief.